So what's going on, Gas Gang? Yes, we are finally back down at Auto Talk, and as you can see, my Honda DC5 Integra Type R is behind me, and today I reveal to you the dream spec of my new setup. Guys, this will blow your mind. This is well and truly going to the moon. Stay tuned for this one. It's gonna be sick. Let's get it. Welcome to Officially Gas. Let's get it. For the best in universal premium ester-containing engine oils and fuel additives for both petrol and diesel engines, check the links in the description. So it all happened around 6 months ago when myself and Josh from Auto Talk, assisted by the legend Romain from Racecal, attempted to run times in the mighty Teg on an unprepped runway, and ended badly when the throttle pedal physically jammed down at near on 160 miles per hour at the end of the quarter mile. After the madness, unbelievably, the car still started. Oh my God! However, bouncing off the limiter under full load had taken its toll, and on my next launch attempt, it all went wrong. All right, let's go. Oh!
That's dead.
And that is the engine, I think. On the engine strip down, we found a valve to had broken off and smashed up one of the cylinders, pretty much obliterating the head, scoring the cylinder and sending shrapnel through the engine and turbo. The little K20, only spec'd for 600 bhp, but living happily until this point at over 900 bhp, had finally met its end. But the Teg hadn't only smashed up its engine, it had smashed records, recording the fastest ever 100 to 200 kph run from any street Honda on UK soil, going 100 to 200 on an unprepped bumpy runway on street tyres in 3.7 seconds. A record that is still yet to be broken. It achieved a 9.60 quarter mile at 156 miles per hour in the process, which I guess for the setup is not too shabby. And once again, no UK street Honda has ever gone faster. But now it's time to go faster, like a lot faster. And as they say, the comeback's always greater than the loss. So let's catch up with Josh from Auto Talk to tell you guys what's going down. Josh, welcome back to the channel, brother. Everyone's been waiting to see some form of an update for this car, and boy have we got a big one for them. And this will probably be the last update before they actually see this car either on the dyno or actually racing, because we've got something big we're working towards.
Tight timeline, haven't we? So
I've probably titled this Dream Spec, right? Because I think as far as a UK Honda build is concerned, at least until you start really going into the nitty gritty drag cars, this is Dream Spec. I don't think you're going to be speccing your car out more than we have. Let's just rattle off everything that's going on this car.
All right, well, in front of us here, this is a complete different block to what you was running.
Yep.
Still a K20, still gonna be a 2 litre. Difference of this block, that it is sleeved. So if I spin it around, this is no longer on stock sleeves, whereas these are aftermarket sleeves. So the block is machined out and these sleeves are fitted into it. There's a few different styles out there, like Darton sleeves, etc. But these are actually Rami Racing.
Rami Racing.
So that's the biggest difference. So they don't walk, crack like the stock sleeves. So you can push more cylinder pressure, etc.
Little cool things here too, helping us lock in that boost.
Got a groove in the top of the sleeve here. And the idea behind it is that you take a piece of copper, like so, and you trim it to size, but you sit there and knock it into place, and you shouldn't be able to see where the end is, or if you can, just about. The idea of that is if you do start to have a slight bit of movement on the head, but this doesn't allow it to pass, and it sort of cuts into the gasket. So, sleeved and O-ringed, Rami Racing block ready to go. This block is capable of 1200 plus wheel horsepower. We needed pistons and rods to suit our power goals. This is actually why you guys have been waiting so long to actually see an update, and why it's taken so long. We waited, I think it was nearly 3.5 months from 4Piston Racing to receive their set. Their set of pistons and rods. Which ain't great. I mean, look, their product is good, but yeah,
didn't have much luck with that. Anyway, so 3.5 months down the drain. But anyway, we received them. What we have is essentially 1200 wheel horsepower capable pistons and rods.
The pistons are basically custom made or spec'd for 4-piston by Wiseco. So they're Wiseco pistons, but they're 4-piston spec, if that makes sense. So the problem was is that we couldn't go nowhere else to go and get these parts because there were only 4 pistons. So we was waiting for 4 piston basically because we were like, well, we need these pistons. And then there was something about comp rods or whatever because we wanted to run boost line rods. So it's got boost line rods in it.
Boost line rods, They'll be happy at 1200 wheels, so about 1400 brake horsepower plus. We have got a head over there, which is a trick bit of kit. I can't wait to show you guys this head. To support that head and bolt that head down, we went 625 high tensile head bolts.
Yep, so that's them there. So those are the head studs.
Also 65 extremes, going back to it.
They're in the rods.
They're actually in the rods too. That's what we got. So we got the bonus package kind of thing, just for that extra safety. So we got 65 rod bolts too. I've got to tell you about this head, and this kind of setup is going to be a bit of a collabo. So a massive shout out to MAXFLOW. Now I don't know if you've ever heard me mention these guys before, but basically they do CNC imported heads. They're a company in Turkey, in Istanbul, and they supply heads to a lot of very big race teams that you guys might know about. The port and polishing and the finish on this, the CNC work is absolutely insane. This is a MAXFLOW head here. It is absolutely crazy what they have done. You see all the dimpling, and on the other side it is absolutely crazy polished, but it's an amazing bit of kit. These are actually not only designed to look good, these are flow tested, so they flow test the head before and after the work's done, and the flow that we've picked up just by using this head is insane. So flow will not be an issue. Now they don't only do it for K20s, they do it for a range of manufacturers, which I kind of mentioned, like even like Porsches and things like that. So check them out, they hold a lot of records, especially in the Subaru world. All the big boys are using MAXFLOW heads, so check them out. I'll leave links to them down below in the description. But it didn't stop there. It did not stop there. And a massive shout out to CONNAUGHT Race Engines, because they then got hold of this head and they built this head fully. Sam's
a new good friend of mine now. We've been chatting a lot behind the scenes, so thank you for any advice he put our way, etc. And also for the head work he's done. As you mentioned, it was with the heads from MAXFLOW. It came in a raw form in terms of basically it's had the porting work done, and basically it had no valves, no springs. Once this come in the country, I think it got delivered straight to Sam, and he got to work with it, done as usual, checked it all over, pressure tested it, crack tested it, which should have been all fine anyway, but you know, it's good to double check things like that. And then he's gone ahead and supplied, fitted, shimmed up all the Supertech springs in there, so it took it complete even seat pressure on each valve. He's done all the guides, cut the guides, done some trick stuff there to help with RPM, etc. 4-angle valve seats, he's obviously cut the valve seats as well and installed the valves. He's done a lot. It's a serious head here, and of course complemented by our drag cartel cams, which I can't remember what they are, 0.3 something or whatever, something like that. But anyway, yeah, massive shout out to MAXFLOW, and of course Sam Connaught from Connaught Race Engines. This head here is the one. This is the one that's going to flow. We were also limited by the oil pump. So the oil pump we were running on was a standard K20 A2 pump. Basically, you've got a couple of options on how you can go. I opted for us to go down the ported S2000 pump route. Basically, this should see us quite nice oil pressure with a good baffle up to the sort of RPM we're looking for. If we would have run a stock pump, you'd have ended up cavitating. And our RPM is about 10,000. We're looking to we're looking at about 10,000. 10,000 RPM. Yeah. Now let's talk about the big shiny bit of kit first, sitting to our left just here, because this cost me an arm and a leg like the rest of things, but this is as good as it gets. We have the Gatto intake. Now this is not a centre feed, which is good for some people, not so much for others, kind of preference. Pros and cons, depends on what's better for your setup basically. Yeah. So billet basically intake, but most importantly can hold 8 injectors, and that is what we're going to need. So yeah, that's the main reason for changing it. We were tapped out on the fuel system, and basically we were getting up there for injector, and it's now come up to the point where you got Cyvex, make use of it, run 8 injectors. So that's what's going to happen. Cool. So we'll be running 1200cc primaries, 1700cc secondaries. Sick. You can do the maths, that's a lot of fuel. A lot of fuel, all the fuel we need. Now we've actually went bigger on the drive-by-wire throttle body there. Yeah. We used to have an Aston Martin throttle body, which was what was it? 68. 68 mil? 68 mil. We have now went to an 82. 82. So biggest reason for that is the actual bore of this inlet is a lot bigger than what your old Skunk 2 was. Some other bits hiding around here? Yeah, so we've got a new damper. So that's your fluid damper. Cool. Drag cartel, timing gear, upgrade kit. This is keywayed. whereas anyone who knows the K20s, but for those who don't, the back of these are normally pinned, but do a little kit, so that's why we've got a few other bits with it. Cool. So it comes with this chain, that tensioner. Yep. This little bracket, so you don't lose the chain doesn't come off when you're doing a cam swap or something. Yep. Bonus. Yep. And that's about it. Everything else is usual gaskets, Honda stuff. Yeah. Sealants.
Well, the main thing is, as you see, guys, it is literally being built up. Everything is machined, ready, built up. He's done the bottom end, and it is just time to get the rest of it done. We are on a very tight deadline. Not sure when this video is going out, but I'd assume it's probably going out about 2 weeks after I've filmed it, which will mean this car probably now, when you're watching this, is going to be completely ready in a week's time. So it's no messing around. We are back in business. Now, you wouldn't have seen a turbo here. I'm not sure if I discussed this on the last video, but just a little bit about what turbo we're going to be using with this setup for the initial build. Will be the same turbo we had before, which is a GTX 3584 RS. However, this time we've sent it over to Litco to be hybridized. So it's coming back as a hybridized version of that. So a better compressor wheel, it should flow better, basically, be able to make some more power. Now, we're fairly confident that will make over 1,000 crank on that turbo. However, we're not sure how much over 1,000 crank. However, we are going to max it out because the engine will be able to take it now. We'll also be able to run much more torque because we have the setup to assist with all that torque, essentially. My gearbox is the same setup. It's literally billet everything mixed with a Quaife sequential. That is a way for just a little bit of a refresh. That is coming back soon. And then we have mapping coming up the day before. We've got a humongous race on this setup with its first outing on, let's say, 1,000 brake horsepower with my slicks. I think we'll be in the 8s full stop, and we should see a low 300 to 200 kph run, I believe, because this previously ran a 3.7. Yes, this is still the fastest street Honda in the UK, proven with all the times to back it. I believe it's the fastest four-wheel drive Honda in the UK, full stop, because I don't think there's any four-wheel drive drag car Hondas in the UK. Apologies if I'm wrong. And it's just about to get faster. So if you were getting close to my old records, good luck keeping up now, because when we're fully done with this, we're seeing the 2s, 100 to 200. Trust me on that, and hopefully a mid to low 8. Let's see. With that said, guys, this has been a techie one, but hopefully the one that you've been looking for to kind of, you know, answer any questions as to what's going on with the build and how the build spec's going to be. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I know it's been very techie. It's been very techie. So if you're still here at the end of the video, thank you. I appreciate you. And you're invested in this build just like we are at Auto Talk and at Officially Gas. So Josh, once again, thank you so much. I know the pressure is on. We do have some other changes coming to this car too that I won't go too much into now because it's not going to happen straight away. But trust me when I tell you it's full send with that car, it is full send with that car. Like, it's just going to get mad. So with all of that said, I'll take a deep breath. I'll ask you to subscribe if you're not subscribed, of course. And I'll also ask you to check the links in the description for all the companies that have helped out during this build, especially MAXFLOW, Sam Connaught from Connaught Race Engines, and of course, the legends here at Auto Talk, Josh, and all the other boys that do amazing work. You'll find links down below to them. So with that all said, guys, hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.